Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Saturday, 17th of July. Loads of countries on lockdown, loads of people spending the weekends at home. So today, I want to talk a little bit about soft skills. And I want to talk about the top soft skills, which I believe are crucial, especially if you're a sales professional. And let me ask you a question, right? What do you think separates good sales professionals from exceptional ones? And you can type your comments. Let's be real, right? It is not the number of prospecting emails. It is not if you are good in CRM. You're wrong, prospecting, being good in CRM and all this. These things are important, but if you worked in communication and marketing, and you know that being good in CRM or sending prospect and all that is good, but these things don't close deals, right? So what closes deals? We are in 2021. Buyers, prospective customers, prospect customers are much more sophisticated than they used to be in 2001. They know much more, especially look at the financial services industry. Nowadays, clients, they know so much, it's unreal. They even know about regulations, and they even know about risk management of the company, how the broker operates and all this. In 2001, it wasn't the same. So how do you, as a professional, cut through the noise? What do you need to do? And in this video today, I want to share with you 5, 6, 7 top skills which I think are crucial if you want to be an effective and high earner sales professional. And salespeople, sales professionals who hit their quota quarter after quarter have one thing in common. Do you know what that is? Soft skills. Because these are the abilities a sales professional has to build, relationships, encourage productive conversation, not just chasing ghosts. And at the end, also after sale, provide a fantastic and exceptional customer experience. If you don't have soft skills, it's going to be really difficult, first of all, to sell, and then to maintain that relationship with your client. And you know what? The great thing is with soft skills is that, how to say that, there are no fast rules for how soft skills should be developed. And I'm an executive coach and I do sales training as well. You cannot really teach that. You cannot teach soft skills in a formal training session. So I give the framework, we do the interaction, we do the sales training, but then the sales professional needs to go into the market and develop those soft skills. It's like learning how to ride a bicycle. I'm sure there is a best book about how to ride a bicycle and what how the bicycle is structured, but unless you go on the bicycle on top of it and you start pedaling and you fall down and you do it again and again. So soft skills, you really develop them. So in this video today, I want you to understanding of what I believe are some of the most important soft skills successful sales professionals have. And then I'll explain how you can go and develop those skills in order to increase your sales performance. And I am talking from experience, and I'm also talking as an executive coach as well. So I'm talking as a practical experience, and as well as I'm talking from coaching perspective. Okay, so top skills every sales professional need to have. Top soft skills. But let's start. What do you think? Now we hear about artificial intelligence, hard skills, soft skills. What are soft skills in sales? You can type. You can share your comments, your thoughts. You know, for me, soft skills are a combination of interpersonal and intrapersonal competencies that help a sales professional relate and communicate with others. This is how I would describe it. And those kind of skills can also help the sales professional work more effectively and efficiently and smartly and achieve their full potential in a sales capacity. So what is the number one soft skill? You know, what is my number one? You know, if I was to put a list, I would say is growth mindset. And what do I mean? Let's say you are very good in building rapport. Let's say you are very good in building relationships with clients. So do you believe that rapport building is one of the skills that you are, you know, you were born with it? You have that skill? Or do you believe that yes, you have it through hard work, through practice, and maybe through external feedback? Now, if you choose the second answer, yes, I am good, but I have developed the skill, then you possess a growth mindset. Because people with growth mindset believe that they can strengthen their natural talents and develop new abilities over time. And on the other hand, people with fixed mindsets, you know, they view their skills as fixed. That's it. You know, so how do you turn a fixed mindset into a growth mindset? I don't know. It's a question for you to ask yourself. But what I can share with my experience is that you can change the way you perceive maybe failure. Don't think of failing as embarrassing or shameful. View it as a learning experience. Because if you are not afraid to screw up, if you're not afraid to mess things up, you'll have the bandwidth to bounce back and try again with that experience. And even better, you will gain something new from every challenge you tackle. Okay, but I mean, I don't mean you should be totally complacent about failure, you know. I don't mean going and repeat the same mistake over and over again, you know. You know, but rather than thinking that, you know, I haven't been able to meet 150% of my quota in a month, you would think I haven't met 150% of quota in a month yet. So the number one skill, soft skill, that a successful sales professional should have is a growth mindset. Number two, being able to adaptability. You know, as I said earlier, buyers are much more sophisticated across all industries than they used to be. So what worked in 2001, what worked in 2010 definitely won't fly in 2021. So in order to be ready to sell into the new reality, into the new normal, into the new expectations, into the new experience of clients, you need to have your strategies updated. So therefore, you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to be coachable. If you think you know it all, my friend, I don't have very good news for you. So number two, adaptability. And how do you develop adaptability? First of all, you need to have confidence, but not ego. If you are too egoistic, you will come across as arrogant. So take a few minutes every day to reflect on what went well in your work, at your work, and where you could improve. There is a senior lecturer at Harvard Business School. I think his name is Mark Roberg or something, where he says that highly coachable sales professionals, highly coachable representatives, highly coachable salespeople are always analyzing their performance and looking for things to improve. And of course, I do believe that, the most important, for me, factor of adaptability is how you respond to feedback, maybe from your manager, maybe from your mentor, maybe if you have me as a coach, right? How do you respond? Are you becoming defensive all the time, or are you open-minded and follow through on their comments and suggestions, even though sometimes you don't like them? So adaptability, number 2. Number 3, I would say empathy. And empathy is not feeling sorry about other people. Empathy is the ability to imagine yourself into your prospect situation. And if you have that skill, it can really turn you from an average sales professional into a star performer. Because if you have a good idea of what your prospect is thinking, is feeling, then what do? You target you adapt, you tailor your messaging to their specific pain points and motivations, right? And you know exactly when to push and when to hold back. And very strange, bizarre, just imagine yourself into somebody's shoes can make you instant. So next time you start working with a prospect, with a potential client, take a few seconds to mentally put on their foot, on their feet, on their shoe. Active listening is another one. Listening, being able to read in between the lines, listening with your heart, not just with your ears, and asking right questions, you develop empathy. Yeah. So it is something that you develop over time. Use phrases like with your clients. I hear you. I know how you feel. That sounds really challenging. I understand where you're coming from. Tell me more about it. Dig deep. That's not easy. Asking questions is not always easy, but you need to have that empathy today. If you have 20 clients, you need to wear 20 different hats. You need to approach each client the way they want to be approached. Next one, number 4, soft skill number 4, which I do believe sales professionals need to have in order to become successful, to be successful in the new normal, is communication. Communication. You are a sales professional. Talking in the phone, sending emails, giving demos, doing Zoom calls, speaking up in meetings, online or virtual or face-to-face. It's probably, you spend 90% of your day communicating. So having solid, clear, good communication skills is essential. Because you should be able to clearly and with persuasion, with confidence, get your ideas across without going off targets or, using all these buzzwords and meaningless phrases. Because if you don't sell the client a yes, he will sell you a no. So keep your audience in mind at all times. Because if you speak the same way you speak to your colleagues as well as to your prospects, something is wrong. After all, they have different goals, different desires, different backgrounds, different information, different scope. So if you speak the same way you speak to your colleagues or to your sales manager or to your director or to your whatever, the same way to your prospects, if you cannot tailor the communication, something is wrong. So how do you develop skills? I don't know. Maybe sometimes you want to listen and to listen to yourself, record yourself. Because if you review your conversation, also gives you the chance to analyze your prospects' reactions as well. Maybe you had a way to handle objections, seems to work at the moment, but you realize those same objections came up again during the next call. So what went wrong? You think you overcome the objection, but you haven't. So once you find those weak spots in your communication methods, you can adjust accordingly. And you are a sales professional. I mean, if you don't know how to communicate, and I'm not talking about being extrovert and introvert. I know some introverts that are very good communicators, and I know some extroverts which are very bad communicators because all they do is feed their ego. Next one is humility. Number 5. Let me give you a sentence. Finish this sentence. Bread is to butter as humility is to... Okay, sales probably wasn't your first answer, right? But sales professionals who can identify the right time and place for humility consistently knock their deals out of the park. Because when you are humble enough to reveal your vulnerability or admit you don't know something, your prospects will immediately trust and respect you more. You don't have to know everything. And you know what's the worst thing? You don't have to pretend you know everything. And as a result, if you say to the client, this is a great question, Mr. Client, I don't know the answer. I will need to speak to my manager, or I will need to speak to the IT department, and I will get back to you within the day with the right answer. And if you do that, they will see you as a trusted advisor, not just as a sales professional, even like as a partner in their success, which is the ideal way for clients to see you. And how do you develop humility? When we realize we don't know something, and it's psychological, right? Our gut instinct is to hide our ignorance or change the subject instead of simply say, I don't know. But are you worried that the prospect will lose faith on you? Continue. But I will find out for you, John. I will call the IT department because this is something I don't know, and I will look into that right away, and I will give you a follow-up call within 24 hours. Leave it with me because I don't want to give you an answer I don't know. So give me some time. I'll find the right answer for you, wherever that is. You get it? So when something goes wrong, something that you know, don't just use language that shifts the blame to other people or external factors. Humility, my friend. Humility. Skill number 6. EI. Emotional intelligence. What does it mean? It's a little bit with empathy. They are related. If you have high emotional intelligence, makes you, I'll tell you, you have a master, you are a master relationship builder. In FBI, they call it, I think, tactical emotional intelligence. Emotional awareness. You know how you feel. Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you neutral? Are you emotional at the moment? Are you, self-confidence, self-regulation, control yourself, flexible and quickly respond to change, control your reactions, adaptability, influence, you help others see your point of view and do what you are recommending them to do. And then self-leadership. You can effectively unify a group of people and set a course, because this is what leadership is all about. Because if you don't have followers, you're not a leader. And with high EQ, emotional intelligence, accomplishing what you want to accomplish is much easier, because people will naturally would want to follow you. And how do you develop? The first thing that you need to do, you need to pay attention to your own emotions. Because if you don't know how you feel, you don't know you cannot understand how others feel, You need a little bit of psychology skills here. But ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why do I feel this way? What? Why? And once you achieve that self-awareness, once you achieve that self-regulation, be leading yourself and you will be leading others. You will be able to modulate your state of mind and then responses. And therefore, once you self-regulate yourself, you understand what's going on with you, you can now start to monitor the emotions of those around you. And sometimes it can be challenging, because a lot of people do not reveal all or even most of what they're truly thinking and feeling. But the better you know a customer, the more you can sense about them and how they feel. Intuition. I think some people have higher intuition than others. Yeah. And the last one, I suppose, is resilience. Resilience. The real test, if you were to ask me, when it comes to resilience, is not how you handle a bad situation, is how you move on afterwards. If you're a sales professional, what do you do all day? You face rejection. Salespeople face rejection on a daily basis more than other professionals do. Therefore, resilience and tenacity are the soft skills successful sales professionals use to achieve their goals, to stay the course, and achieve what they want to achieve in the face of adversity. And don't get me wrong. Resilience doesn't mean ignoring negative feelings or pretending a difficult sales call never happened. It's part of the game. So just process those feelings in a healthy way that prevent burnout. After all, you can't take things personal. When clients tell you, for the 5th time, I'm not interested, just move on. Move on to the next call. You see those Rolling Stones. How old are those guys? 80? And they are so responsible. You will pay to go to their concert anything from $200 to $500. And when they will perform as if it's their first concert ever, and they've probably done thousands of concerts throughout the years, and they're like 75, 80 years old, because they are responsible. They respect you. You paid something to go see them, perform. So they have a responsibility to perform. So your next client doesn't need to get the frustration that the previous client gave to you. So move on to the next call. Give the next prospect 100% as if he is your first client, he is your first prospect for the day. Be professional, be responsible. Don't bring the no to the next client. Don't judge. Because judging, you know it, right? If you're a sales professional, you know that judgment of clients is a killer. Because you are feeding your mind. Good client, bad client, rich client, you already process. You're going to lose deals because of this. So move on to the next call. Move on to the next client. Move on to the next deal. You cannot let, the failure in you. So how do you develop resilience? First of all, you need to have a sense of responsibility. Your new client doesn't deserve anything less than 1% of your energy, of your enthusiasm. You need to approach each client as if it is your first client for the day. And this one comes with time. The more comfortable you become with rejection, the more opportunities you will have, I do believe, to process that feeling and start a new, fresh with a new potential customer. Because if you are in sales, communication, deal maker, negotiator, you know that your next interaction, your next call with a new client, your next meeting could be the next closed won deal. So give those prospects, give those new clients the opportunity to see you, to see the company you represent and the product you sell in the best light possible and with the best smile possible and with your positive energy. So how do you combine soft skills with hard work? For me, work ethic and soft skills go hand in hand. Understand your product and know your product, understanding and knowing your industry, and the sales tools will help you meet your sales expectations. Soft skills like communication, empathy, resilience, emotional intelligence will help you consistently exceed expectations. Understanding your product, understanding the industry, sales tools like CRM, autoresponders, and so on will help you meet your sales expectations. Soft skills like communication, empathy, resilience, what I have described, humility, emotional intelligence, adaptability, and growth mindset will help you consistently exceed your expectations. And I talk about specific to sales roles, to sales professionals, but they are transferable to any other discipline. So that means, maybe if you're watching this, you will decide to move to management and to a managerial role, or they will promote you to a leadership role, or maybe you will decide to move maybe to a new department. These soft skills will follow you on your journey to career success. Because this is what separates great sales professionals for average ones. It's not the CRM, it's not prospecting, it's not how many emails you send, it's not your introduction on each call, what you technically say. Yeah, those things are important, but they don't close deals. Your mindset closes deals. You know, your growth mindset, your adaptability, your empathy, your communication, your humility, your emotional intelligence, and your resilience closes deals. You know, when you pick up the phone and you talk to the client, you know, you had 50 no's in a day, and then the client says yes, and you give him a good service. You know, the client don't know you got 50 people before him telling you no. That's it. Those are my top 7 soft skills for success in the new normal, because again, buyers are much more sophisticated nowadays across all industries. So growth mindset, adaptability, empathy, communication, humility, emotional intelligence, and resilience are important if you want to succeed in a sales role in 2021 and beyond. But not only, because I do believe that those skills are transferable to most other disciplines and industries and roles. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click that share button, share it with other people which you think they will benefit from it. I wish you a lovely weekend, and I will look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye-bye.